The Irish captain will be Michael Murphy this year. Delighted that Michael has accepted the honour of captaining the Irish team. He's been a great captain for Donegal over the last couple of years, leading his team to All-Ireland glory. Michael has shown great leadership qualities over the last number of years in his role as captaincy of Donegal, played in an All-Ireland final, led his team to an All-Ireland final, was the man of the match in that final, so that shows his ability to perform under the highest pressure and his temperament on that day. And he's also played in 2 Test series for Ireland against Australia, both here in Ireland when they were beaten in 2010, narrowly beaten, and also a winning Test series in 2011. I think that experience is invaluable to the whole squad and the whole group of players that we have together. And Michael's commitment has been first class since I spoke to him a few months ago about participating in this year's series.
I suppose to get an opportunity to captain your county is a fantastic thing. To get an opportunity to captain your country is fantastic, and I suppose I'm very, very thankful for Paul and his background team for picking me for that. But I suppose you have to emphasise too that I suppose we have a fantastic panel of players there, and I suppose they're all leaders within their own counties, and they're all leaders within their own teams. And as I say, it's going to be a collective push to go for this. But as I say, I'm very, very thankful to have received it. It's a chance for us as Gaelic footballers to represent our country. We're playing against each other in provincial championships and playing against each other in national leagues and in All-Ireland series, and you're putting your wits against them. You don't really get to know them. You're off the pitch, you don't really get to know them and play alongside them and learn from them. So it's a fantastic opportunity for that to, I suppose, get to know these players personally, and I suppose just really you're coming together with a common goal to represent your country against Australia in this very, very good series. And you look down through the history of it, and you look at the massive array of players that have played it down through the years and the quality of them. So I say it's a fantastic opportunity to do that.
From my own experience, there was a big difference going back 15 years ago. The gap is closed. There's very little difference between the Aussies and the Irish. The guys are in such supreme shape, conditioned. They're on par as a professional athlete. The only difference the Australians will have in the international rules is the tackle. They tackle, properly. As for we kind of tackle as a footballer, we stand off. As for these guys come, they come to tackle you, to put you down. So other than that, physically, I think we'll match them.
It was fantastic to always play in Croke Park, but I was fortunate enough to play, I suppose, in Limerick, and I won a couple of years ago, and it was fantastic. It was a sellout, and there was a really, really cauldron atmosphere. It was brilliant for, I suppose, the areas around Munster and for Limerick itself to actually host it. And it's fantastic, fantastic venue. The venue here in Cavan is going to be phenomenal for, I suppose, for Ulster people to maybe to come and watch it. And for a bit closer to them is brilliant too, and for Cavan themselves it's going to be brilliant. So come here, all we can do is hopefully it'll be a good spectacle.
Football is the number one sport, a fantastic tradition in Gaelic football over the years. All of the surrounding counties as well are football strongholds, and I think it's really important, and the Cavan County Board and the local community and the council have done a lot of work to make the weekend a really memorable one for all the people who will attend, and that's admirable, and that's why it's so important to get out. A smaller venue with a packed capacity is a great boost for the players and will create hopefully a very intimidating and challenging atmosphere for Australia. And if it's a good game, then we'll get the massive numbers in Croke Park on the second day.